Hey, what's up? This is Spider Prime 1 back again with another Transformers video review. Alright, this time I'm looking at Transformers Prime Voyager Optimus Prime. And let me just get this out of the way right now. This is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen done to Transformers since Armada Hotshot. There, that's the whole gimmick for the Voyager class of this line, is they have fold-out weapons that light up. And I'm sorry, we had Dark of the Moon before this. We had Voyager, there was a whole line of weapons that would fold out, and the Voyager class ones would actually lock. These ones don't. I mean, I know it saves battery life, but come on. And you have now successfully sacrificed Optimus Prime having a gun. Hate those things. However, Optimus does get a sword. And you can actually make him look really cool holding this. So, that's one saving grace. I just really hope I can find a first edition Voyager Optimus so I can have an Optimus Prime that has a gun. And isn't a weaponizer. And I'll get to those later. But anyways, Voyager Optimus Prime. I actually really like it. I kind of wish the smokestacks went up a little bit taller, but Hasbro has to be safe. And it rolls really nice. And, of course, the trailer hitch for the trailer that does not exist. And I don't really have a Dark of the Moon trailer to try and stick it on him. I mean, I do have a Dark of the Moon trailer, but it's for the deluxe class, so I don't think it's going to fit here. But yeah, it's a really good truck mode. The way the lights are for when they come out in robot mode, which are basically these going over here, are a little bit distracting. But it's not that bad. It's just if you notice them, then it's going to be in the back of your head. But that's just me. So, transformation. I'm going to start by pulling the side of the truck. The whole side of the truck. All the way down. And do it on both sides. And you want to bring these pieces up. And make sure that these pieces come together. Okay. And then lift these pieces up. Those will become the shoulder pads. And we'll lift this up for just a second. We'll come back here and split the legs and fold the feet down. And I like how the feet have half of the trailer hitch on the side, unlike the first edition where the trailer hitch just folds into the side of the leg. Bring these down. There. Now the legs are done. Okay. So, we'll want to come up here and split the front half of the truck apart. And then this whole thing is all together. So we want to move this out and bring this around. And then now that these are split, we can move these panels to the side of the shoulder. There we go. And then you want to flip these around this way, because this is how the chest is going to look, so the arm's going to be down here. And then fold up the shoulder pads. Okay, and then we can come up here and flip this around and reveal the head. And then we're going to accordion all these pieces into the chest cavity, and then there's going to be there's a slot right here and a tab right here on his neck. So and then we need to get the side pieces flat around the body. Because you can just stick it on there and then his chest will kind of pop out a little bit from the underside. But if you just kind of force at it and kind of like pull and push, you can get it to fit around him. And so, now that we have done that, we have Optimus Prime. And I need a couple more DVDs to set my iPad on top of. Give me a second. There we go. So there is Voyager Optimus Prime. And he doesn't look all that bad. One of the major complaints that I hear a lot about him is his see-through blue forearms. It's really not that distracting for me. I mean, and I know why they're there. It's so... Remember how when I was talking about the Cyberverse ones and the Cyberverse reviews, that the Wheeljack ship and Knockout's driller had the light accessory that you plug it into the weapons and it would make them glow, or plug it into the back of the commander classes and it'd make them glow? Well, they're supposed to go with these guys too. That's why he has the holes in his forearms. And so you can stick it there and then his arm will glow. Or you can stick it in one of these two up here and his chest will glow. So, the Voyager class figures and all of the Cyberverse figures have the same gimmick. Yay. And just so we can get this out of the way, he can hold his brick in his hand. And if you so choose, this also has the clear plastic. You can force it into his arm and then do the light gimmick, but it only works just once you set it off, because then it moves away from his forearm. So now that that's out of the way, and then his sword, put it in his hand, and put this in that hand. And Optimus Prime can hold the sword in both hands. So, he's not completely weaponless. And you can try to stick this peg in his arm, but the handle is too long, so it hits up against his elbow. So if you're to do it, you have to keep his arm completely straight. So, yeah, that's Optimus Prime. I recommend trying to find the first edition before getting this guy, but since that's few and far between, I say get this guy. If you don't already have some version of Prime. So, that's Optimus Prime, and I'm Spider Prime 1, and I'll be back with another review pretty soon. But until then, I'm signing off.